What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building right now. Shout out to all of y'all. Salute to all of the visionaries out there. Shout out to everyone who support this channel and support me, DS1 Ross, of course. And we are back right here on Stay Sleep TV with another great show. Shout out to all you guys that's in the chat room right now. Make sure you start off by hitting that like button. Start off by hitting that like button for me, fam. Before we get into today's show, make sure you start off by hitting that like button. After y'all hit that like button, hit that share button. Share the show. Share the show. Share it on your community tab, your Discord servers, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere that you share content. Make sure you share today's show. It's going to be a great show. We got lined up for you guys today. So let me get over here to the chat room while you guys are liking and sharing the show. And let me give you guys the shout outs you deserve. Shout out to Sir O in the building. Salute to the villain sphere. Salute my brother. Shout out to Miss Char Willie in the building. I appreciate your support. Shout out to my brother, the number one grinder. Salute my brother. Salute, salute, salute. Salute to Shango Zulu on the pull-up. Salute my brother. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan. My day one brother, man. Salute, family. Shout out to Larry Vaughn in the building. Peace to my brother. Salute. Willie Rivers. What's going on, Willie? Salute. Peace to you, man. Shout out to Miss Angie. Appreciate you, Miss Angie. Thanks for coming through and holding down the chat. As always, salute to Miss Angie. Shout out to my man, Mace. Shout out to you, Mace. I appreciate your support, big dog. Shout out to my brother, Papa Flocka, on the check-in. Salute my brother, day one brother from the sandbox. Salute, bro. I appreciate your support. You already know. Shout out to my brother, Alonzo Hall, on the check-in. Salute, my brother. I appreciate your support as well, man. Appreciate your support, bro. Shout out to Hubert. Salute, salute, salute. What up, Just Jay? What's going on with you? Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone that is coming through. Like I said, make sure you like and share today's show. And as y'all see, the title of today's show. But before we get into today's show, if you haven't yet, y'all make sure y'all go and check out yesterday's show. Make sure y'all go and check out yesterday's show. If y'all haven't yet, don't forget to go over there and check that out. Also, go and check my shorts. I've been doing some new things over there on my shorts. So if you guys tune into my shorts here on Stay Sleep TV, that is where you can find where I'm doing new things. I'm when I'm doing stuff outside of the house or whether inside of the house. Just go and check out my shorts, man. Go over there and see what's going on, because that's where I'm gonna be previewing a lot of the new stuff that I got coming for the channel, and also just to stay in tune with me. You know, if you guys like me, which I know a lot of y'all do, go over to the shorts and check me out. So shout out to everyone once again. Y'all see today's show. Today's show is This Is What Happens to Men When They Play It Safe. This is what happens to men when they play it safe. Today, I want to have a real personal conversation with myself. And when I say with myself, I'm also talking about my brothers, my fellow men. We have to stop playing it safe. We have to. And when I say playing it safe, fellas, it's a saying that my brother Ronan coined, and it is the mantra of his channel, which is Don't ever allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. Never allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. Now, of course, we could take that in many ways, but as I see it, and as I always saw that, it is to let brothers know, to let men know that don't live your life playing it safe. Or don't think in this life, when you want to get things done, you can't play it safe. You cannot be afraid to put yourself out there. And see, I know this may be hard for a lot of us brothers because we put ourselves out there time and time again. Well, I'm here to tell you, brothers, that's what men do. That is what bravery is. To constantly confront your fears, to constantly face those obstacles in your life. That's what bravery is. Not just you not being afraid to face another man, but what about facing yourself? You know, because there's a lot of guys out here who will fight you tooth and nail about everything, but they're afraid to defeat the enemy within. See the outer, the tough shit that they portray, that hard, tough exterior, that is to fight against you. They don't use those same tactics to fight themselves, to defeat what's in them. They're really soft. They just make you think that they hard. You see? You know the dudes that want to run around and fight everybody? Those are the dudes with the most inner strife. OG, salute. Shout out to OG Sonny Blanco in the building. Shout out to my brother, Jamal Saladin. Salute, my brother. He said, this is a message for all, not just men. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's for all. It's for all. It definitely is for all. But over here, my brother, being that the majority of my audience is men, I speak to the men. We let the women talk to the women. We let the men speak to the men. That's what we do over here. That's what we do over here. But I appreciate you, Saladin. I appreciate you, my brother, and everything that you do. But brothers, we have to get out of our comfort zone in all areas of our life. In all areas of our life. Not just see, a lot of times what a lot of us focus on is we take this approach that if we fix one thing, that's going to fix another thing in our life. For the most part, a lot of us men think if I solve my finance issues, I'm going to solve my family issues. No, you're not. You're going to solve one aspect of your family issues, which is the financial part. But just like money can break up a family, money can bring a family back together, or money can totally destroy a family. Because see, what a lot of us brothers forget is we forget to address the person, the people. We forget to learn how to deal with the people that's around us. These are not products. These are people. You see? So as men, we have to get out of this way of thinking that we were taught, because we were taught wrong. We were taught wrong. So we have to get out of that comfortable way of thinking that that's going to work, because it's not. And it hasn't worked. If we're going to look at the results, the past results, it hasn't worked. So what makes you think it's going to work now? One of the main things us men have to get out of is we have to get out of dealing with situations from a physical standpoint. We got to stop thinking that the only way to solve problems as men is to get physical. And that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard for a lot of us. But we have to stop. See, handling issues the way you're used to handling them is you playing it safe, because that's all you know. And if that's all you know and that's all you used to, then you're going to go with that way of thinking, because in your mind, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to come out on the other side of the situation a victor. So this is why you're so used to taking that approach. If your approach is, when you get into a disagreement with a dude, the first thing you want to do is knuckle up, because you know your knuckle game is good. You see, this is why most dudes want to go this way, because they always thinking, well, I could fight. So, hey, and I don't mind fighting. So, hey, but that's a comfort zone. And you know why that's a comfort zone? Because a lot of guys, and I'm speaking from experience. I'm talking about me right now. I know when a conversation between me and another man get heated, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I start not knowing what to say. My mind go blank. My mind goes blank sometimes. Literally, I don't know what to say no more, because I don't want to talk no more. I don't want to talk. So I can't even muster up the words, because I don't want to talk. And that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. It's not. It's not. Because I come from an environment, if you don't like what he said and he's still standing there saying it to you, you're supposed to pop on homie. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pop on him. You're supposed to go right in his mouth. That's what you're supposed to do. And then if you go in his mouth in front of other dudes, you're respected because of that. When that's actually not how you're supposed to handle a situation. because it's called having intelligence. We're not animals. We don't have to deal with things from a physical aspect. We can use our words. But we use the physicality as a safety net because a lot of brothers don't know how to communicate effectively. And y'all let me know in the chat room. We don't know how to communicate correctly. And the reason why we don't is because we weren't taught how to deal with our emotions. You see? We weren't taught how to calm down in a situation. See, because in order for you to keep talking, you have to calm down. You see? And some of us never learned how to calm down in the midst of somebody talking shit or saying something to you don't like. And this doesn't have to be disrespect, fellas. This doesn't have to be disrespect. This doesn't have to be this man disrespecting you. This could be this man actually checking you and telling you some real shit, but you just can't take it. You just can't take it. You can't take him telling you what's real. That shit is rubbing you the wrong way. And where the majority of us brothers are from, when shit is rubbing you the wrong way, violence happens after that. And that's wrong. Not only is that wrong, it's silly. Because we're all intelligent. And shout out to Saladin again, because this is something that he reinforces on his platform to men. We're intelligent. Why should I have to swing on you? Why should you have to swing on me? See, because that's playing it safe for most brothers. Instead of us actually getting to the root of the problem, instead of us actually going through this shit and talking through it to get through it, we don't want to deal with it. So the first thing we do, we start punching. See, that's the truth behind everything. You don't want him to keep telling you what you're supposed to hear, so you start throwing punches. Instead of you and that brother coming to an understanding, you don't want to come to an understanding because you don't like what he's saying. You want to stay in your comfort zone. You want to play it safe in life. So you got to shut him up. So you throw a punch. You throw a punch, or you throw disrespect. Because you don't want to hear that shit. You comfortable with what you're doing. You comfortable with how you move. Because it's been working for me. So what if I got a couple felonies? So what? You see what I'm saying? That's been working for me thus far. No, that's your comfort zone, bro. And we cannot allow our comfort zones to be our coffin. We got to stop playing it safe. And playing it safe for a lot of us is to be violent, is to fly off the handle. Because that's what we used to. That's a comfort zone. Well, if push come to shove, I'ma just knock homie out. Why you even gotta go there in your mind about that man? Why do you even go there in your mind? You go there because that's what you used to. That's your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is violence. That's your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is not talking to the next man, even when he turned up. Your comfort, you're not comfortable with that. We're not comfortable with that. We got to start getting comfortable with that, because if we're going to assess our traumas as men, shit is going to get heated. It's going to get heated. And just because my brother fired up don't mean that my brother want to do something to me, or he trying to harm me, or he being disrespectful to me. And see, we gotta begin to think like that as men. See, because that's what thinking men are. Thinking men grow and they develop. They get out of their comfort zone. So guess what that's going to have to do to a lot of brothers? Brothers are going to have to face other brothers. Even when they turned up, you got to face them. You got to face them. And talk to them. So what you mean, bro? I'm not understanding that. Explain that to me again. Can you kind of calm down? Because I don't really understand things when it's coming at me a certain way. Calm down a little bit, bro. No disrespect, but I can't really hear you. I can't really gather what you're saying. Talk to your brother. Talk to your fellow man. You see? Because then the K Flocks of the world, the Chief Keefs of the world, they all watched older homies get into arguments and shoot each other. They watch older homies get into arguments and knock each other out. They never watch dudes actually properly problem solve in front of them. They never saw that shit. They never saw it. So that becomes the norm in the hood. That becomes the norm. Homie says something I don't like, I'm going to get my grip. Because the big homie told me, go get the grip. When they say something you don't like, you come back and you air it out. See, that's weak shit. That's weak. You weak. You see? That's a comfort zone that a lot of us men are stuck in. And we got to understand that that behavior don't translate in the real world. That behavior, that mindset is not going to help us get nothing as men. It's not. That's why we always adversarial. You see? Y'all got to understand what's going to work and what's not going to work. And playing it safe, staying on gang time, playing it safe, it's not going to work for us, man. It's not. You're going to have to step out on faith and try some new shit. Do something different. Get around guys that's doing different things. And it's scary to do. It's scary to do. Embarking on new things, trying new things. It's scary. It's scary, man. Because we don't know what's going to come behind it. Because we're used to doing things where we know what's going to come back in return. I put this out. I spent this on this. This cost this. I'm going to get back this. We used to that. We used to that. That's our comfort zone. It's a comfort zone. It's a comfort zone. Starting a YouTube platform is not easy. It's not. It's something that a lot of people can't do because it gets you out of your comfort zone. And you right, Mo Facts. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mac Mean. Third Ward in the building. Shout out to my man Wacky. You right. They do call a gun the problem solver. No, the men are the problem solvers. The men are. And what we have to do as men is get our act together amongst each other. We have to get our acts together amongst each other. We got to stop playing it safe. That tough shit, running around acting tough. I got the grip. I got the big chain on my neck. I got bread. My little homies this. That's the comfort zone. That's playing it safe. That's playing it safe. But you know why we got to stop playing it safe? Because the world is changing. The world is changing. Laws are changing. So you want to keep playing it safe with gang and catch a RICO case. Because you keep playing it safe. Because all you know is gang. That's all you know. You playing it safe. Nah, it's time to go do something different. It's time to go learn new skills. It's time to get on your financial literacy stuff. It's time for you to go and try something different. Stop playing it safe. See, a lot of you men, y'all done pulled the trigger in a lot of situations, but you've never pulled the trigger on your own life. You jumped off the porch. But you never jumped out your comfort zone. You see? You got to jump off the porch again. Like when you was young and you jumped off the porch and jumped in the streets to do negativity. Now you got to jump off that porch. Yeah. And jump into a new life. See, you got to jump off the porch again. You got to show your courage and bravery again. Show how alpha you are again and leave that shit alone. Are you that gangster? How gangster is that? To say I ain't shoot nobody no more. I'm not robbing people no more. I'm not harming nobody no more. You got enough gangster in you to do that? You got enough gangster in you to not have your little homies around you selling drugs and gang banging? Do you got enough gangster in you to do that? Where's your bravery with that? To say, yo, we closing down shop. This money is no good. Can you do that? It's going to be hard. See, I understand dudes got bills to pay. Dudes got bills to pay, homie. Dudes got to eat. They got children. I get it. But at some point, when you going to pull that trigger? You pulled that trigger to prove you was gang. Remember that. You did all the popping off to prove how much of a man you was to them. When you going to prove you a man to yourself? doing some shit that you want to do specifically for you. Because when you popped off, that was for the set. That wasn't just for you, homie. That was for the block, the whole down the block. That wasn't just for you. You did that to make sure the block is safe so you could keep getting money. You playing it safe. So you got to protect home so you could keep doing what you're doing. Still playing it safe. Still playing it safe because you still on your block. You still in your hood. You playing it safe. Go somewhere and start over. Let me say this. Man. As a man, if you are in an environment, right? If you are in an environment that is no longer conducive to your progress, leave. Let me repeat that. If you are in an environment that is no longer conducive to your progress, leave. I don't care what you have to do. Go talk to your baby mothers. Tell them, listen, you know a nigga struggling. I'm getting ready to go down south and get my shit together. And there's no more excuses, men. Go talk to your baby mama. You always goddamn arguing with her anyway. Go sit down and talk to her and make some goddamn sense. Leave. Leave. Because men are builders. How could you build with no goddamn resources? The landscape is not conducive to you. You starving. You gotta go where you can find food. You gotta go where you can find work to eat. Leave. Leave. Because you're not going to be able to build. And guess what? When men are not able to build, you know what they do? They play it safe. They nest. They just stay at home with mom. They nest. You have to leave. You have to get out of what you're comfortable. You got to get out your comfort zone. I've been in North Carolina now going on 7 years. That is the best thing I could have ever done. If I never left New York, y'all would never know DS1 Ross because I would still be on those places I don't want to be. I'm going to just say that. Y'all wouldn't know me. Y'all wouldn't know Sheep Stay Sleep TV. You understand? When I knew I was leaving New York City, I left not only with a plan for my family, but a new purpose for myself. That was to build a platform. That was to build a platform for my bros who got businesses, for my bros who doing certain things, to come up here and showcase it. So we don't have to be in the streets. All my bros that I grew up from the sandbox, I don't want them in the streets. We done took too many L's. A lot of our friends are dead and in jail. These are facts. So the stuff that we was told when we was young, when we was outside that we wasn't listening to, we know that is true. We know. One of my sandbox homies is in the feds right now. I actually showcased his music and interviewed him on my channel. He in the feds. Because what? He kept trying to play it safe. He didn't want to get out his comfort zone. And that's my bro. I love him. That's my brother. You see? But that's why I stepped out of the comfort zone. I left the hood. I left the block. Because I know if I was still there, I'm going to be doing what's going on. Come on. We was all raised in that. I ain't got to ask for permission or nothing. I can do that. That's why I left. Because I got to be the example in order to get up here and say what it is I'm saying. We got to stop playing it safe. We have to. We only get one shot at this place here. It's all about an experience here. It's all about what you experience. And you create how you experience this time here, brothers. We create that. So we have to stop limiting ourselves. And the first way we limit ourselves is the fact that we don't value ourselves. We don't value ourselves enough to say, yo, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm not waiting no more. Not what I'm waiting for. What I'm waiting for death to come? That could be any goddamn hour. So what I'm waiting for? Why am I waiting to change? Because it's hard to not be comfortable. That's why. Y'all hit the like button, family. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hit the like button and share the show. See? Because it's hard. It's hard. I know it's hard. I know. Trust and believe. John OK said, from Chicago to Cali saved my life. Real shit. I already know. Wacky says sometimes you have to separate from the environment that you're accustomed to in order to improve your life. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's part of the process. They always say you can be a product of your environment. And that's a fact. Us going to school ain't stop us from doing what we did out there in them streets. All my friends went to school. Mostly, I can't say all of us, but the ones that's still alive, we all went to school. We went to school. We got diplomas. A lot of us went to college. You thought that excluded us from doing what we did? No. It's the environment. This is why I'm telling you, brothers, leave. If you look outside your door and all you see out there is hustling, gang banging, shots going off, leave. Because all you gonna do if you don't leave is adapt. That's the only other choice that you have. You see? A lot of us love our hood, but if we could have grew up somewhere else, shit, I know the majority of us wish we could. Because there was no opportunity there. All the opportunity was outside our block. All my homies that play basketball, they play basketball everywhere outside of my block, outside of our neighborhood. That's where the good tournaments were, rather. We had some good tournaments in the hood. You know, Sky High. You know, shout out to them. You know, you got your good tournaments in Bed-Stuy. You know, you got your good tournaments there. But when my homies had the, you know, Gauchos and Rocksteady and going all the way to Harlem to play ball, playing ball at West 4th. That's where the opportunities were. That's where dudes was, you know, getting seen by scouts. It's outside the hood. It was outside of that environment. It's outside of the environment, man. A perfect example of never getting out your comfort zone and that shit affecting you. Perfect example of that is Stephon Marbury. Stephon Marbury. Preferably Sebastian Telfair. Do y'all know Sebastian Telfair? Sebastian is from New York. Actually, my man who was in the chat a little early, I don't know if he's still listening, he played against Sebastian Telfair. Sebastian is an example of not leaving the environment that is not conducive to his growth, to his progress. He's the example of that, Sebastian Telfair. Right, IS8 in Queens. Facts, Wacky, you already know. Exactly, Rucker Park. Dykeman, don't forget about Dykeman. Sebastian is a perfect example of that. He will not leave because of his comfort zone. I don't want to leave my homies. I don't want to leave my homies. Man, I could be in the hood and be in the NBA. Who said you can't do both? It's not about you can't do both. It's what's beneficial to your progress, bro. You see? We got to get out of our comfort zone. See, listen, let me just be real. Now, this might not sit well with y'all, but y'all know it's the goddamn truth. A lot of us men have developed an extreme affinity for poverty. We have grown an affinity and a love for impoverished situations, impoverished relationships, and it's because we come from poverty. We come from that shit. So it's like, how don't I stay here? But you know what I always said? I said some of us gotta leave. Because if the guys with the mentality don't leave, then as men, we haven't solved any problems in the hood. And if you trying to solve problems in the hood, you can't still be there. You got to leave. You have to be removed because you have to be able to show brothers that they're in a impoverished environment. But you have to be able to bring them to your environment and show them, look, it's resources here. You could do this here, you can do this here, you can do that here, but you got to stop being scared. You got to stop being scared. Because I told this to my homies when I was just in New York. I said, listen, man, we are originals of this block. We are in a time now where it's about being a carbon copy. That's what it's about now. So the originals have to leave, right? So the carbon copies could have a time to fizzle out. See, as originals, we can't be here trying to fight for space with these copycats. This is their time. We got to get out the way and do what it is originals do, which is grow and develop, progress. The community will never progress if we don't, number one, have brotherly love, right? And number two, grow and develop as men. There's your Crips, there's your Bloods, there's your GDs. Who runs drill rap? Crips, Bloods, GDs, BDs. How is the community gonna progress? Community revolution and progress if we don't have brotherly love, right? And we don't grow and develop as men. If we don't grow and develop emotionally and we keep fighting each other, all that does is show the lack of what? Brotherly love, which ties into what? The lack of progress. See, all the bickering and the arguing and all of that bullshit shows the lack of growth and development as men. That's what maturity is. Development. You see? You don't want to calm down and have a conversation with your brother. You rather just fight. You don't want to grow and develop. If we can't grow and develop, we can't progress and do no business together. I don't want to do business with dudes I got to argue and fight with. Stay over there with that dumb shit. That's not going to work for anyone. It's not going to work for anyone. You see? But this is why I say here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, brothers, we got to heal before we build. See, that healing aspect, that's what's going to develop that brotherly love for one another. So we can override oppression and destruction. But with the lack of healing, we continue to oppress each other and destroy each other, which leads to what? The lack of progress, because we won't grow and develop. Healing is part of growing and developing. You see? That's why the chairman changed it from being gangster disciples to growth and development, because he grew and developed as a man. And he knew, hey, I once was a disciple for the wrong shit. See? Now I'm a disciple for the community. We on growth and development. You see? You see that? He was the chairman. That's business. Then you had David Barksdale and Shorty Freeman and them boys. The black disciples, the king, they call the king. King David Barksdale. See? You see where this stuff comes from? We come from royalty as men. That's where we really come from. But we not displaying that shit because we still trying to play it safe. Cause see, when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, I could always die a real nigga. Right? If nothing else, you gonna die a real nigga. We gotta change that. When you die, how about you being a solid man? How about that? How about that? How about that? How about stop settling for dying a real nigga? You could die a king. You see? But you got to stop playing it safe. You got to stop playing it safe. You have to stop disregarding the shit that your spirit is telling you to do. Stop ignoring it. Your spirit talk to you. He talks to you all the time. You just ignore it. Just listen to the brothers who listen to their stories. They always tell you, something was telling me get out the streets. Something was telling me not to go bust that last sale. Something was telling me don't go outside with my gun on me. Something told me don't get in the car with them. But nah, I got to get this money. Played it safe. Playing it safe. You don't want to leave that money. And whatever happened to you was supposed to happen to you because you were supposed to leave that money. See, that's what your spirit was telling you. Your spirit was telling you, yo, leave that on the table. Don't worry about that. Because some shit getting ready to happen to them niggas in that car. Now, if you get in the car, whatever's for them is for you. You see? You see? How many times your spirit told you, yo, I leave the hood? Yo, it's time for you to leave the hood. Yo, it's time for you to leave the hood. Go in the house. Go in the house. You know how many dudes is not here to tell you that, but that's what their spirit was telling them. Yo, leave. And that extra 2-5 minutes they stayed, they got shot and killed. That extra couple of minutes they stayed, police came through, locked them up, found the gun on them. Because you playing it safe. You playing it safe. Because you don't want to get out your comfort zone. You don't want to do something you ain't used to doing. You scared to put a suit on. Yeah, you scared to put a suit on. I hate suits. I hate suits. I hate them. But guess what? I got one suit in there. I got to start buying more. Got to start buying more. You know why? You know why? To get me out my comfort zone. To get me out my comfort zone. See? It's like taking medicine. Whoever took the medicine Buckley's in here. I put a one in the chat if y'all ever took Buckley's. That's some of the nastiest shit I've ever tasted as a child. Buckley's is disgusting. But Buckley's get all that coal up out you. All that mucus and phlegm, it get it all out you. Get it all out you. You see? Playing it safe, fellas, is not going to get you where you want to go. Playing it safe equals procrastination. Playing it safe equals not reaching your destination. And we talk about in life. In life. Playing it safe in your relationship is not going to make you happy. It's not. Pull the trigger on your life. That's my message for the men today. Don't allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan. I told him, bro, we're going to make $1 million putting that on a t-shirt. We're going to make $1 million. Don't allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. See? You can't do it. And let's just be honest. As men, when we get comfortable, we get bored. We get bored. When we get comfortable, we lose our creativity. We lose that go-getter mentality. We lose our ambition. We get comfortable. You comfortable, making the money that you make. You could just sit down and make that bread and just chill and nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Because certain things keep your wheels spinning as a man. Y'all brothers know what I'm talking about. Y'all know. So pull that trigger. Stop playing it safe. Stop playing it safe. If you know you don't want to be with that woman no more, leave. 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 Because you don't want to be with her no more. Leave. If you don't want to be there, you don't have to be. Pull the goddamn trigger. Because they say when a man dies, he's supposed to die empty. They say when a man dies, he's supposed to die empty, meaning he's not supposed to die with things weighing on his heart. And those things will weigh on your heart. The what ifs, the I should haves, the why didn't I's, the I could have's. That shit weigh on your heart. That shit weigh on your heart. Pull the trigger, brothers. And like I said, I'm speaking to myself. Not just speaking to y'all, I'm speaking to me. See? That's why y'all see in my shorts, y'all see me detoxing. Y'all see me detoxing. I'm getting ready to start shooting my little shorts while I'm doing my little workouts. Gotta pull that trigger. Gotta pull that trigger, big guy. I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to me. You gotta pull that trigger, big guy. You gotta get yourself in a certain bill of shape. Because I'm a healthy dude. I'm not unhealthy. I don't have no diabetes. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't take water pills. You know, I don't have erectile dysfunction. I'm just a big dude. But I'm getting older. You see? Chicken wings catch up, nigga. Even when you put ketchup on it. You see? I understand this. Pull the trigger, big guy. Them bitters that y'all see me, that shit is disgusting. The moringa bitters, the black seed, but that shit is disgusting. That shit tastes worse than Buckley's. But I gotta pull the trigger. Gotta pull a trigger on my health. I have to. Have to. I don't want to go to my son college graduation and I'm in a wheelchair. Or I got an oxygen tank. You see? You got to pull a trigger. You have to pull the trigger. Stop playing it safe, fellas, because you're going to regret it. And life is too short for us to live with regrets, man. Life is too short for us to be regretting so much in our life. We have to live with the things that we regret. But I don't, and this is just for me. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have a bunch. I have enough. Let me say that. I have enough. I'm not trying to have a file cabinet full of regrets because I don't want to pull a goddamn trigger in my life. Because I'm afraid of the what if and if not and all of that shit. We're going to keep living like that, brothers. You might as well go ahead and punch your clock. If not, it's time to jump off the porch, man. It's time to jump off the porch for you this time. For you. So shout out to everybody. Much love, much love, much love. Dante says, I hear medicine is meant to heal, not taste good. That's real. That's real. That's real. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Salute to all of you guys, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. Yep, I tasted Buckley's too. That was the medicine, dog. And it was disgusting. Shout out to everybody for coming through. Shout out to Dante. Shout out to Mace. Make sure y'all like and share today's show, man. If y'all haven't yet, if this is your first time here, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to Akuma for coming through. Shout out to everybody. If I gave you some shout outs already, salute to y'all once again. Everyone else who came through on the late check-in, I appreciate y'all. If you donated to the show, I appreciate it. If you would like to donate, just simply hit the super chat or the Cash App at Cash App $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Cash App Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I appreciate all the love and the support. I appreciate all the donations. Before you get up out of here, hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. DS1 Raw Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm going to catch you brothers on the next one. Peace.